Hi guys, it's PocH here. Today I'm going to talk about a new feature in Albion Online that came out with the latest patch on March 13th. It's called the Expedition. So let's start with the basics. What is an expedition? An expedition is a dungeon that you can access through the NPCs called Expedition Master in every city. So let's make our way to the Expedition Master in this city. There he is. Expeditions usually take around 20 to 30 minutes, so when you want to go on an expedition, just click here and choose the expedition that you want to join. There are individual expeditions and group expeditions, each divided into several tiers, with the individual expedition starting at tier 3 and a group expedition starting at tier 4. You have to unlock the expedition through killing mobs and earning enough fame points on the river path on the destiny board, as is shown right here. There is also an item power requirement, which is to ensure that you are well equipped for the selected tier, as there is a 15-minute penalty if you left the expedition prematurely. You will not be able to join another expedition during the penalty time. If you choose the individual expedition, you will be teleported to the dungeon right away after you press start. The individual expeditions have a time limit of 60 minutes. If you choose the group expedition, you will be assigned to a role based on your equipments: offensive, supportive, or defensive. As an offensive role, you will want to be the damage dealer of the group. As the supportive role, you will want to be able to buff or heal your teammates when in need. As the defensive role, you will have to take the most damage and keep your allies safe from the mobs. So make sure that you have the role that you want before joining in a group expedition. Once you have found your teammates, you will have to accept the expedition and you will then be teleported to the dungeon. The group expeditions have a time limit of 120 minutes. A quick note: if one of your party members disconnected during the expedition, another player will be assigned through the queuing system to fill up the role that was left empty. I will be analyzing all the expeditions, but today I'm going to talk about the starter, the tier 3 individual expeditions, called the Heretic Mines. Let's start. So as you enter the dungeon, there will be a goal list showing up on the top, the right of your screen, and these are the mobs that you have to kill within an hour. There are 9 different mobs in this expedition, and I will talk about them as we make our way past this mob. The first one is right here, the deranged Foul Rat. It has 34 HP and can be killed within 2 auto attacks. It's melee, and its attack power is low, yet it always appears in group most of the times. Therefore, an AoE skill should be enough to handle them. The ranged poacher. It has 689 HP and is ranged. It has a skill that will knock you back if you get hit. It is relatively easy to dodge since its targeted area is a narrow long line in front of the poacher. Just sidestep a little bit and keep hitting it. The ranged thief. It has 936 HP and is melee. It has a damage over time skill that will only be casted by the said mobs after we make it past the first mini-boss, which I will cover in a minute. It has a pretty decent attack speed, yet without a skill you can easily overpower it. The only way to avoid the damage over time skill is to interrupt it with CC, stun or knockback, when it is casting it. This one is called the Deranged Firestarter. It has 739 HP and it's also ranged. It has an AoE skill that will be targeted at an area around where you are standing when it starts casting it. It always starts casting after one auto attack, so save your channeled skills and skills that require cast time after walking out of the shown area. This one is the Ranged Hermit. It has 837 HP and is ranged. It only has one supportive skill, which is a channeling spell that will restore an amount of HP to its fellow mob. It will not target itself with that said spell. The spell can be easily interrupted by just an auto attack. So when you're fighting a group of mob with the Hermit in it, I will suggest taking care of it first before the others. One thing to note here is that there's always a chest right here that kind of blends in with the surroundings, but you can actually attack it for extra silver. This is the first mini-boss, and it's called the Deranged Pyromaniac. It has 2216 HP and is ranged. It is always accompanied by an hermit. You will only cast 2 different skills when you're fighting it. The first skill will be an AoE channeled spell, where he will damage the enemies that stand in front of it in a cone form. The best way to fight this is to stand close to the mob, so you can just walk to its back when it is casting the spell. From my experience, the second skill will be one of the 2 skills below. Healing turrets, which will heal it over time, and fire turrets that will rotate and damage the enemies with laser shooting out. It's always best, as I've said, to take out the hermit first. This guy right here is the Deranged Bouncer. It has 1182 HP and is melee. It is the tankiest out of all of the common mobs in this expedition. It only appears after we make it past the first mini-boss. It has 2 skills, one offensive and one defensive. The offensive skill is an AoE CC, which will hit an area in front of it. If you get hit, you'll be stunned for 2 seconds. The defensive skill is a skill where he will only take 10% of the damage you would have inflicted had he not used the skill. It is a good time for you to use the skills that have a long cast time when it is under protection. So when it comes out of it, you will damage the mob. That is the Deranged Scavenger. It has 492 HP and it is not aggressive. It is ranged and he has no special skills that you have to watch out for. This mob is the least dangerous out of all the human form mobs in this expedition. Just in case you missed it, just now the thief was about to use the skill that would have given me a damage over time modifier, but I was able to interrupt him with my auto attack. And always remember not to go too far from where you encounter the mob, since it has a chance that it will go back to where it came from and it will recover full health. And now this is the area where the final boss is. The final boss is called the Deranged Overseer. It has 3940 HP. He has range attacks and 3 different skills. The first one is a whip that will pull you towards him. It deals no damage but will interrupt your casting and your channeling skills. The second one is an AoE skill that will knock you to the sides if you get hit. It deals a moderate amount of damage. The third one is a channel AoE damage over time skill that will hit all the units close to him. He will usually use this skill after he has attempted his second skill and after he used his first skill to pull you towards him. The third spell cannot be interrupted. One good strategy to fight the boss is to always walk away when he pulls you in. If you use a ranged weapon, it should be easy to kite him when his third skill is out of range. If you use melee weapons, you have to be more patient when you're fighting this boss. And it's always a must to clear the area of the other mobs before you fight the final boss. Now I'm just waiting for my snipe shot to be off cooldown so I can start the fight with this skill. And that's the end to our expedition. The final boss is dead and we have completed the mission. The silver will be added to your inventory right away. I meant the reward. 1000 silver reward and the daily bonus reward. So that's, see, 2000 silver will be added to your inventory right away. Let's get out from the dungeon. We have gained about 1600 silver in just by killing the mobs, and that rewards from the missions actually gives us 2000 extra, so that will be 3600-ish silver that we would have gained from that expedition. And we have also collected, let's see, about 3000 fame. The detailed information will be shown on the bottom left right here. So with my full set of tier 4 armors and weapon, well, except the novice back and cape, in the repair cost I have to pay 95 silver, 97 actually. So there you go. In net gain, we actually make about 3500 silver, which is a significant amount, I would say, to finish, because we finish the mission in about 15 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes. So if you think that it is profitable for you, I would suggest that you grind it out at the expedition, and also just to, you know, give it a try. So thanks for watching my video. If you have any feedback or suggestion on how I can improve the video or any other content, of Albion Online that you want me to cover, please leave a comment below. If you like this video, it will be great if you click like and subscribe. I will be pouring out more content in the future. Have a nice day. Goodbye.